This is the Aviationist 94, back again bringing you another model aircraft review. This time it is of the Gemini MACS Lockheed C-5A Galaxy from Dover Air Force Base, wearing the white top color scheme that the aircraft wore back in the 1960s through the 1980s. I bought this model at the Dover Air Mobility Command Museum gift shop for $40, or $36 with a AAA discount, which is what I paid for. Now, if you live near Dover Air Force Base, or you're simply on the fence about buying this model and you're considering buying it, I highly recommend this model. It is a beautiful aircraft model, and every single detail is there. They have got every detail right. Now the box is much like all the other Gemini MACS C-5A Galaxy boxes, has the exact same information. Now onto the model. Now this exact aircraft, registration number 69-0014, was the exact aircraft that back in 1974 was the flying test bed for the in-flight launch of the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. Now, for those of you that don't know what the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile is, it was a large ballistic missile that at the time only two cargo aircraft could carry: the C-133 Cargo Master and the much larger C-5 Galaxy. Now, the C-133 Cargo Master was built for carrying ICBMs like the Atlas missile and the Minuteman missile, but the cargo bay was just big enough for the missile. Once you packed the missile in there, it was packed in tight. You barely had enough room to squeeze past the missile in the cargo bay. However, when the C-5 Galaxy came out with its cavernous cargo bay and its 121-foot long length, the ICBM not only fit in the cargo bay with room to spare for some pallets, but it also could be launched out of the rear cargo door without damaging the aircraft. Now, they actually tested this in 1974, and it proved successful, but the program was too expensive and it was shut down. Now, this model has the ICBM launch patch by the crew entry door right there that the actual aircraft wore. The Air Mobility Command Museum in Dover is supposed to be getting this exact aircraft at some point this year, but with the sequestration, they have no idea when they're going to be getting it. Congress has to approve it, and Memphis has to get a C-17 Globemaster first before Dover Air Mobility Command Museum can get this C-5. But once they get it, I cannot wait for them to get it. Anyway, onto the model. Here's a view from the front. It's got the cockpit, it's got the refueling receptacle, and it actually has an appropriately sized black nose radome, because usually models of the C-5A Galaxy in the white top color scheme can never get the appropriate size of the nose radome correctly. Some of them are too small, some of them are just not big enough. This one is perfect. TF-39 engines. Now, these were the precursor for all modern high bypass turbofan engines like the CF6, the GE90, the F-117s. Basically, all high bypass turbofan engines were based off of the TF-39. The detail of the tail. Military, it says Military Airlift Command on the stripe, 90014, and it has the airlift wings below the 90014. There it says Military Airlift Command. And this has every single detail correct. It's all there. Here's Gemini MACS. It's the rear cargo door. Come on. View from the back. view from up top. This is just an incredibly well-made model. Like I said, if you want to buy this, I highly recommend this model. It is really great and it is well worth the money. Like all other Gemini MACS C-5 Galaxies, it has rolling rubber landing gear. I give this model a perfect 10 out of 10. There is nothing wrong with this model. The details are amazing. It's just beautiful looking. And if you love C5s as much as I do, this is the perfect model to have in your collection. Because at the time, the only other models that are in the white top color scheme are made by Dragon Wings. And to be honest, Dragon doesn't really exactly make the greatest detailed models. And Takara's 1/700 scale Wings of the World models. So Gemini Jets has finally made one, and it is phenomenal looking. And what I really wish Gemini Jets, seeing as how they just released a 1/200 scale A380-800 for the Emirates livery. The A380 is a heavier plane than the C5. I'm hoping that one day they'll make a 1/200 scale C5 Galaxy. And also another idea that I had was I wish the Gemini Jets would have a new subdivision like how they have Gemini Aces, Gemini MACS. I wish they would make one called Gemini MATS, which MATS stands for Military Air Transport Service. And have all the old cargo planes from the 1940s to the 1960s, like the C-47 Skytrain, the C-54 Skymaster, the C-124 Globemaster II, and the C-133 Cargo Master, and more along those lines. And I also wish the Gemini MACS would release the C-5 Galaxy in the European one camouflage scheme that it wore back in the 80s to the 90s. So like I said, I give this model a perfect 10 out of 10. I cannot recommend this model enough. It is beautiful in every means of the word. And that's all I gotta say. So this has been my review of the Gemini MACS Lockheed C-5A Galaxy white top missile drop. And my next aircraft review, and my final C-5 Galaxy review for the time being, will be the C-5A Galaxy from Lackland Air Force Base in Texas. This is the Aviationist 94 out.